It's another thing that I was looking up is as beautiful as these states are, that I've been going to, all of these states that people, consider flyover states and fucking, what the fuck goes on there? Just shitting all over them, even though they're absolutely gorgeous and there's great people out there, is, just the drug use and that type of shit is really fucking bad. The heroin, man, everywhere I go is this fucking heroin problem. And they keep linking it back to these, people having an injury. I saw this on Real Sports. People have an injury, and then they get, whatever. They get the fucking, what is it, Percocets, Vicodin, I don't know what the fuck it is, Oxy and that shit. And then when that runs out, they still want that high, and heroin is cheaper. And it's just like, once again, you would think, with all this shit of talking about terrorism, and people doing shit to this country, for some reason you can fuck with the food supply and you can get your own countrymen addicted to heroin. And as long as you got enough fucking money, nobody gives a shit. It's completely isn't that like an act of terrorism? Am I out of my fucking mind? How can you do that to fellow Americans? You're ruining people's lives. It's fucking brutal. But it's one of the reasons why I stay out of the politics shit. Every once in a while I look at the stuff and it just, I don't know. It's like overwhelmingly depressing. I saw something the other day on, for some reason I was looking up Chelsea Clinton because I saw her on TV with Hillary, and Hillary was giving a speech like, right? And I was literally going like, there's no fucking way I can listen to that voice for 4 fucking years. I just can't. I am not against a woman being president whatsoever, but you cannot sound like somebody learning how to play a trumpet. I don't give a shit. You could have all the answers to the fucking universe. You can't hear what she's saying. My dog's looking at me right now like, really? So anyway, I looked up and I was just going like, how old is she now? And when I started out in comedy, she was just a kid. And, she was at that awkward age, and it was kind of this nice unwritten rule, you didn't make fun of her. Well, she was at a fucking awkward age, right? And I was thinking, what was she, like 12 or something like that? And I went to go look it up, how old she was. Found out she was in her 30s, which fucking blew my mind, even though obviously it was 20 years ago, right? But what killed me is what I saw was they had a stat on her wedding. Do you know her parents fucking threw her a $3 million wedding? Like, these politicians are so fucking dishonest, they don't even try to hide it. It's like, how the fuck could you afford a $3 million wedding? The most money either one of you ever made in public service was being president, which was $400,000 a fucking year. Dude, you make $400 fucking grand a year, they're gonna whack you in half. You're gonna maybe walk with 200, right? Nowadays, probably less than that, probably 195. Where the fuck are you getting off paying for a fucking? You got a fucking $3 million wedding, a house on fucking Martha's Vineyard. Give me a fucking break. These cunts go around, right? I got another Hershey's Kiss in my mouth, so you know I'm telling the truth. These guys go around, they just give speeches. Him and his wife. $250,000, $300,000 a fucking whack. Just giving speeches. Can you imagine paying $300,000 to listen to somebody for an hour and go, right, for a fucking hour? And now you got sickly Clinton with that awful facelift that he got, which just made his head look fucking huge. He's lost all that weight, and he got a chin, whatever the fuck he did to his chin. He yanked that fucker back. He looked like a bobblehead version of himself. And I'll tell you, his shit's yanked back so tight he can't even clap anymore. You know what I mean? Either that or that's his true feelings about his wife, right? Which you can't blame. You really can't blame Bill Clinton for going out and taking a cigar and putting it in that woman. You know what I mean? If, that's what he's laying next to in bed. I mean, Jesus Christ, if I was married to Hillary Clinton, she would have to have, those surgical masks that Asian people wear when they get sick because they don't want to get anybody else sick because they're fucking courteous, or because there's 9 zillion people that live next door. It could turn into an epidemic. I don't fucking know why they do it, right? I would make her wear one of those all the time because maybe then she'd sound like a muted trumpet. right? And every once in a while, she'd hit a couple of notes that remind me of a Miles Davis song, and then maybe I could just stop myself from strangling her in the fucking Oval Office. You know? Just reminds me like an animal that like is getting eaten alive. You know, you ever hear that? Like just like the time I saw that fucking monkey eating that other monkey alive, just digging meat out of its back, and it's like, you know, it's sort of a like not as sharp and not as quick as that. Anyways, and then fucking that Bernie Sanders guy with his fucking now you look at you wonder why Bill Clinton got a fucking facelift, and then you fucking got his neck done. Then you look at Bernie Sanders, you're like, oh, that's why. Jesus Christ, he looks like a bloodhound eating a fucking turkey dinner. Jowls flopping all around. Federal Reserve, right? All of these guys. That Jersey guy looks all fat, and then everybody else just looks like an extra to me. Granted, I have not listened to one fucking word any of them have said, but it's going to be interesting. Oh, really, Bill? You think it's going to be interesting? A presidential election? That might pique your interest, you freckled, arrogant cunt.